Hi, Amber Benson here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the staged order strategy. You should already have downloaded the EL Collections library and downloaded the staged order strategy and installed it in your TradeStation. And if you haven't done this already, hit the back button on your browser and go ahead and install those before you try to insert the strategy into your chart. Today we have a Facebook chart up 5 minutes, and we're going to insert the staged order strategy by right-clicking on the chart and going down to Insert Strategy. Then you're going to scroll down to STR Staged Order and then click OK. Now what comes up is the Format Analysis Techniques and Strategies box, and here is the STR Staged Order strategy, and what you need to do is format it. And you can see here all the inputs that you can change. The first one is the number of contracts or shares, and let's say we wanted to buy 100 shares of Facebook. Buy or sell? Do we think the market's going up or down? Do we want to buy to go long or sell to go short? And if we want to sell, we change this to an S, and it must be a capital S. You can't use a small s. Again, limit for L for limit and S for stop. Again, must be capitals, and in a minute I'll explain why you would want a limit or a stop. Take trade today only. True. It would be true if you do not want to see any trades showing up on your historical chart. Suppose you have, let's say we have 2 weeks of data on our chart, and we don't want to see any orders except orders for today. We would put true. But if we do want to see orders in the past, which you might when you first start out doing this because you want to see what it looks like on historical data, you would put false in here. You just type false. Then we have start look for trade time and end look for trade time, and these will be times the same as in your chart. If your chart is on Central Time, these will be Central Time. If your chart is on Eastern Time, these will be Eastern Time. And you can know this by looking at the symbol and telling whether it is a local time or exchange time. Here, let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to say format symbol, I'm going to look here on settings, and right down here it says time zone exchange. So this is going to be on exchange time, which is going to be Eastern Time for Facebook. If I had it at local, then it would be Mountain Time, which is my local time because I'm in Colorado. Okay, back to those inputs. An important thing to note about the time is if you don't care what time it takes it out of the 24 hours, or if you want to trade it overnight, you need to put in 0000 for the start trade time and 2400 for the end trade time. You might want to exit at the end of the day. If you want to exit at the end of the day, you put true. Regardless of what your position is, you want to be out. You don't want to keep a position overnight. If you go ahead and say, yes, let's keep a position overnight, you leave that false, or you change it to false. And then if you do want to exit at the end of the day, we have end of day exit time. So this is the time at which it will place an exit order if you are still in a trade. Notice these times do not have any colon, and they're military times. So this is 8:30 in the morning, this is 14:30 in the afternoon, and it's going to get out at 1500 here, since we want to get out at the end of the day. Now here will be our trade price. So we want to get in at, let's say, 62.3. and we're going to place our order when it gets close to 62.3 by 1 point, by $1. When it's a buck away, then we want to go ahead and place that order. Or you can put anything that makes sense for you. Then we have stop loss in points, and let's say we're willing to lose $2 on this. And our first target, and of course you've figured this all out with your analysis. We can take up to 3 targets. Let's say you want your first target at 1.5, and you want your second target at 2, and your third target at 2.5. Again, you do your analysis and put these targets in at prices that make sense to you for this instrument for this day. Then we have scale out first target percent and scale out second target percent. If you want to take it all at the first target, you would put 100 in here. And then it doesn't matter what you have here because you're going to take 100% at that first target. Or you could put, say, 50% and 50%, and then it would take the first and second target. Or the way it comes by default, you're going to take a third of your, or as close to a third of your shares at each target. Then you just click OK. And then down here we have close. Now let me show you what it looks like in actual operation. Although what I have it on is on historical data. I'm recording this on a Saturday, so I can't show you just now some live trades, but we'll look at some back trades that would have been taken. And in order to do this, we see we have a false here for take trade today only. So what I have is Facebook, 100 shares. I'm going to buy at the limit, and I changed the time to 9:30 so it would be right at market open. And I'm not going to look for trades past 14:30. And again, I'm going to get out at 1500, even though that's not really the end of the trading day, but that's when I want to get out. So you can obviously change these to whatever works for you. We're going to place the order when we're 2 points from the entry price. We're going to enter the trade at 61.1. Our stop loss is 2 points. The first target is 0.5. Second target is 1.8, third target is 3. And I've changed these around just to show you that you can make these say whatever works for you for your trading, and we're going to get out of a third of the trade at each of the targets. This example is buy at limit. I showed you it was limit. This means that the price must be above our desired entry and come down to it, and then it will fill the limit order. And you can see here that we did not get stopped out. It didn't go down far enough to stop us out, so we took our first profit, then our second profit, and it never went on up from there, so it went ahead and got out at the end of day, and it just so happens that that was a little higher than our entry, so we did not lose any money on that trade. In fact, that's a very nice trade. Now we're looking at the very same chart, the very same day. Actually, the strategy has the very same parameters, except I said S for stop order instead of limit. So now this is a buy with stop order example. And the stop order, again, will get placed when we are within 2 points of our entry price, but we must be coming up to it in order to get a stop order. So along as these bars were forming, no order was placed because we're above the desired entry point. But now that it got down here below the desired entry point, it goes ahead and puts in the stop order, and it gets filled here. And just as before, because it was the same price that we got filled at, we got filled at close to the same time, although a little bit different time, a little later. We got the first profit, the second profit, and exited at the end of day. So I've showed you how to insert your strategy, how to format the input parameters, and 2 examples, a buy with stop order example and a buy at limit example. And that's probably enough for this video. Look for the next video where I will show you a number of examples with some shorts and some stop outs, and also show you the strategy put on some different instruments. We're going to put it on Forex and to the YM Dow futures, and you can see that it works on different time frames and different markets. So I will see you in the next video.